Hey everyone, it's Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 15, if you can believe it. Only 2 more modules left in this semester. We are literally less than 3 weeks away from finishing up this course. So, this week what we have to do is Italian Renaissance art. I think one of the coolest topics in art history. And then we also have a lecture on design styles. And design styles is going to be the basis for our journal this week. And it's the last journal. In Module 16, I will have that link open for you to turn in your journal 7 through 12. And then, of course, Module 17 is the final exam. So we do have a check-in as well, and the check-in is just a reminder of the dates and the times of the final exam. You'll have all week to take the exam, or not all week, Monday through Friday to take the final exam, and also any other random things, you'll find them in the check-in, just to touch base with you one last time before the semester ends. So with that, let's head over and take a look at all this stuff in module number 15. All right, here we are on the Canvas site. We're going to take a look at module 15. We're closing in on the end of the semester, one more module, and then we have finals. So up top, our video you're watching right here, followed by our action plan, and finally my office hours every Monday from 4 to 7 p.m. I've got our first lecture on Italian Renaissance art, the study guide, and then we'll take a look at the further exploration section. Up top is a link to a tour of the Sistine Chapel, which is really cool. It is, they'll drop you right in the middle of the Sistine Chapel. You can move all around, zoom in and zoom out. It's a fun experience. We've got St. Peter's Cathedral here. If you've never been there, you must take this walking tour. It is amazing. You will be amazed at how not only large the building is, but how much art is within the building. So take a look at that, and you can jump around to the different parts of it, but it does run 20 minutes, but you don't have to watch it all the way through. Donatello's David, this is the most important sculpture made during the 1400s. Michelangelo's David, the one that we're more familiar with from the High Renaissance. And also, if this is a time period that really interests you, I would definitely recommend the PBS series Medici Godfathers of the Renaissance. Part 1 is amazing. It's about an hour long though, so it's something to bookmark and watch once the semester is over. Our second lecture for the week is on design styles. So I've got the lecture, study guide, and then for the further exploration section here, I've got a couple links. One to the Museum of Neon Art, which is located here in Los Angeles, the Art Deco Society of Los Angeles, and I talk a little bit about the Chrysler Airflow during the lecture. This is a link to Jay Leno's garage with him talking about that specific vehicle. So there's 2 more things we need to do for the week. I'm going to jump down to the journal though first. And the journal is focused on our design styles lecture. William Morris is talked about during that lecture, and he is mostly famous for these incredible handmade textiles. And it's just amazing what he's able to do. What I'd like you to do is design your own textile segment. So using one of the pieces of drawing paper, draw about a 3-inch by 5-inch square in the center. That's going to be your finished artwork. And then around the edge, this is going to be your notes. These are your thoughts and ideas. You can write down words and things like that and have that help develop your final project. Keep in mind that William Morris is all about organic motifs, curvilinear line, so it's all about nature. So all the instructions are up here, and then this is just journal entry number 12. This is our last journal entry, and then you'll have the ability to turn that in the next module. So the last thing we have to do is the check-in. There isn't a whole lot to do about this, so all you're going to do is open it up. It is a quiz format, so what you're going to do down here at the bottom, you'll just click Got It and Submit Quiz, and you get 10 points. So what does this do? It reminds you when the final exam is. The final exam is going to be open from Monday, May 11th to Friday, May 15th, and then The exam itself, just like the midterm, 50 questions, multiple choice, each of them worth 2 points. And it's everything since the midterm. So I believe it begins with like Egypt, drawing, art theft, all those topics that we've covered after the midterm, all the way up through Module 16. As far as grading, there's only a couple things that still need grading. Modern architecture, which when I'm recording this, there's still a couple days to turn that in. It is due April 26th. The journals, they'll be able to be turned in next week, and you have until May 15th to turn those in. That is the last day of the semester. And then also the final exam. Final exam, once again, from Monday, May 11th through Friday, May 15th. I would take this time to also go back through all your projects, and this is not just for my class. This is just best practices. Go back through the gradebook for all your classes and just check to see, make sure all the rubrics look correct. It's not an argument of 1 or 2 points. This is just making sure that no lines have been missed in the rubrics or anything like that. It is not an opportunity to turn in late projects or anything like that. As far as letter grades for the course, they're due by May 22nd to the registrar, and I'll make sure I have all of them in by that time. All right, that is everything. If you have any questions, again, feel free to join my office hours on Monday from 4 to 7, or drop me an email during the week, and I'll get back to you. All right, I'll see you shortly with Module 16.